for Isles and Tomo as far as trying to deal with the Vi and Ambessa that are coming for your head.
First picks for both of them this split. It's only week 2.
Before he has to use his. Seems like he should be able to get a much better purchase for himself as he can finish this up.
Big snip, but now bot side here, Blabber just showing on the wave. Flash out from Tomo, still hit by the Tangle Barbs. Easy first blood for Sven off the snipe of Vulcan.
Yeah, really good.
As the needlework comes in from Photon.
I mean, you have Rise pings up to the top side. They could do some sort of realm war play. Maybe he's just going for fruit. I think the
away from Photon. Thanatos well played to survive, but it's not going the way I expected. He is struggling in the 1v1. Meanwhile, Dignitas approach the Grubs. Blabber smites away one of them, so no smite now. Tomo getting aggressive here with for the recall. Chain CC, lock him down. Blabber's taken out. Dignitas find a pick in the pit.
This is all very good for Dignitas here. Not only did Photon get some pretty good value out of topside actually though, because Blabber is here and he's got ulti.
Still has that cease and desist available, so Photon
out the
in
W.
a world of hurt. Who's going to tank up the turret first? It is Vulcan, who will now walk out, use the heal. They're juggling the aggro, but they don't have enough damage for the kill. Blabber flashes away. Photon still alive. Vulcan might have enough if he can hit this Strangle Barbs. No, not going to get it. So Photon's out of there, burns the flash. And Litz, misses the needlework. Vulcan just dancing around him with the outplay, almost trades his life. Nobody goes down.
Oof, dangerous. E-Dragon. Dignitas calling it off as you say, and Shaden just going back to farm. So number 2 here, C9 continuing to stack.
Gets back to safety. Thanatos almost found that solo kill.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're just going to finish off this bottom side tower. So there you go.
Here, because C9 have been stacking those. This would put them on soul point very early in the game. We're not even 17 minutes. Is Kaney actually in some trouble here topside? Remember, doesn't have the flash from the earlier gank. Blabber setting himself up for the kill.
Very clean there from Blabber. Doesn't give him any time to react. Kaney gets the solo tower gold for Loki. Cloud9 just kind of marching ahead here. He still has his ulti for the team fight because he used his flash to kill off Kaney and saved his ulti. He can use the ulti with the Orianna.
And that means Orianna without the ultimate, but it will be up shortly. They still have enough damage with Pop Blossom, with Ambessa ulting in, that they can threaten Dignitas. I really like that teleport from Loki and the rest of Cloud9. Create space so that Dignitas cannot collapse. Now they're continuing that space. Vulcan on the other side of the wall flashes into the Dragon pit, says, okay, let's reposition with the team. Dignitas have the Herald mid lane, but Dragon's already under half held. Big chunks onto Dignitas members. Flash away from Loki to avoid the engage. Isles can't make contact with anybody, but Shaden and Photon are into the pit. Public execution might just save Blabber. Long enough to get the Dragon. It's not. Shaden takes him down. Steals the Dragon away. C9 will pick up 1 kill on the Kaney on the top half and then clean up Shaden. But mission accomplished. Dig took the Dragon.
Okay, so you get Dragon, but Cloud9
less damage. Yeah, I have read that in the past.
But they are effective. So let's take a look at the Otacon setup here, because that one's getting pushed in. And of course, Photon
and the Otacon here, it's always a magnet for teams to come in on. Isles jumps over the wall, just get a ward down, but going to be cleared out here. Dignitas approaching Thanatos as well. He's TPing not to the forward ward, but instead going to be more of a front to back for C9. Remember, their combo, big damage from Loki onto Tomo. Pop Blossom, everybody focusing down the AD carry for C9. Meanwhile, they're losing their jungler. Blabber falls. Thanatos, public execution onto Kaney. At least picks up 1, but Photon cleans him up, shut down. Both junglers fall. C9 win the fight in the top lane. Dig win the fight in the river.
Yeah, Cloud9, they get the bigger advantage. They've got the extra member up here, but they're not going to go for the Otacon because they don't have a smite. And so it's still just going to be push out afterwards. We're going to have to return for a repeat fight. Dragon is also coming up on the other side. Immediately then snapped up by Vulcan and just deleted by Loki. So that won them the top side of the fight, and then the bottom side of the fight, Blabber actually went down really early, and so Thanatos.
2 different fights, but now back to live. They still have the confidence to go forward onto this Otacon. Dignitas, meanwhile, are on the Dragon, so it looks like it's just going to be a trade of objectives.
And that's way, way, way better for Cloud9. Of course, the Otacon value is so much more than a minute. It looks like that's going to be about it. I guess a bit of that wave is dying to the top tower, or the bottom tower at the moment.
They lost about half health mid on that turret. Tomo also losing some health, and they're just realm warping Shaden into C9. Immediately, Stranglethorn and C9 will just chase them down. Dignitas are going to want a refund on that engage. C9 were ready.
Sven with his classic question mark frog right after that one. You know, it sounds cool when you talk about it theoretically.
Jaden's like, I got Crescent Guard, I'm fine.
But Cloud9 just turn and burn. They immediately deleted him. Okay, so that's going to be the Baron for sure.
Okay, well.
And you will not turn off of that Baron.
No.
You will just burn it.
Dignitas are going to try and push in bot side, maybe get a tier 2.
And Tomo flashed. Tomo ghost and flashed really early on, and Vulcan was still able to get them that kill and get Sven really fed really early on.
And now, I mean, at this point, C9 already had the gold lead. And off of that great counterplay from Vulcan, they're going to take a tier 2 turret with their Baron empowered play, get Tomo's ultimate out, take a tier 2 turret. And Dignitas' map is melting around them. 6.2 thousand gold lead for C9. And they're going to push for even more as they take a tier 2 bot.
Yeah, I mean, they can take everything on the map. The Dragon is already theirs, basically. They can just push on in with this Baron buff, make the most of their siege timer here. And looks like Dignitas was kind of chasing around Photon, but you can't stay on a Gwen because she can just jump over the walls. So Photon will escape. While the rest of the team, that tower can't escape. That thing is slowly going down.
They got 2 cannon minions on it, about to be 3. Turret's just going to fall to the 2, though. Dignitas cannot hold their bottom line, as now Photon has regrouped with the team. Dignitas can potentially look for something while Thanatos isn't with the core of C9 if they find a 5v4 window here. But Thanatos is so close that it's so dangerous for Dignitas to pull that trigger. Look at all the vision that C9 have as well. Dragon's up. They're just going to walk back and get that. You said it yourself, Kobe. They can take anything that they want on the Rift right now.
Yeah, I mean, we heard from Miles at the beginning of the day. He was like, yeah, it hasn't gone that well for me in my matchups versus Cloud9.
He did admit that, yeah.
Since being off the team. But maybe it will be different this time. Well, not this game. Maybe next game.
Yeah.
Because Cloud9, right now, they're just the inventory value.
One with a gold lead for the team, 2-0-1. Kaney has to flash away from the public execution from Thanatos. And Kaney's flash has just been perma on cooldown. As now Dignitas full commit, everything on the Loki, who has the Zonius, goes to the stasis, still shut down. Dignitas found their pick. Have a 5v4 C9 reposition. Shaden goes forward, though. It looked like the rest of Dignitas were not ready for that, and will just trade the kill back. C9 pick up 1, flash forward for Vulcan, catching out Katie now into his own stasis, but everybody from C9's ready to collapse. Sven on a rampage. C9 get another kill.
That was a very short-lived 1-kill comeback for Dignitas.
That was very short-lived.
That was a very short-lived one. And it might actually result in the game.
Photon still has his Zonias, I do believe. He's trying to survive under the turret, keep it alive, goes into stasis now, but the turret is not long for this world. He flashes to safety. They got Thanatos, but it's traded for Photon. Tomo pops up the ultimate blade caller onto 2, takes out Blabber for the double kill. Dignitas still got some fight left in, though.
All right, Tomo collecting some gold here on the Xayah. Still going to lose the inhibitor, but Isles has some ideas.
He's all alone.
Like any good angles for them in, unless they just run straight forward. That thing's dropping very quickly. 7,000 health and dropping.
It might have to be a fight after the objective goes down, unless Shaden can get into the pit. He has an angle. C9 are going to stop aggroing the Baron. Photon's up there. That shockwave used. No, Loki still has it available on that. Isles with the big flank around the side. Is Dignitas ready to collapse? They're all running away because C9 are pushing Dig back. Tomo took too much damage, so Baron's still aggroed right now, but C9 get onto Shaden. He flashes into the pit for a desperation steal. No steal to be had. C9 take out the jungler, they'll take out the Baron.
Okay, so it looks really funny, but well done by Cloud9 by stopping the Baron at like 2,500 health. It's kind of tantalizing, right? It's like right there in front of you. And Dignitas' only hope really is like stealing Baron. So Shaden's over there. He's like, it's so close. Like, get me some vision. Go around the outside aisles. But Cloud9, they stopped at a good amount of health left. So it's just too much to continue to burn down. But Shaden's like, you know what? All right, whatever.
You got to try something.
I'm only going, there's one way left, and then
it's not like you saving your flash is going to save this game at that point. C9 get the Baron. They're going to march this wave in. They got 2 waves hitting the Nexus turrets. Dignitas still don't have a jungler up. It's going to be a miracle mounted defense. They got to look for some kind of engage here on the C9. Now they have 5 members up. Photon decides to lead the charge. He's going forward as Isles finds an engage onto 2 different members, but he gets chunked out heavily in response. The Nexus turrets fall. C9 just walking forward with confidence with a 10,000 gold lead with the early game, mid game, late game, all in their favor. C9 take down Dignitas at the base in style. Pop Blossom from Vulcan, pad the stats, get the kills. KDA up. Game 1, C9.
Got some pretty hefty armor reductions on this patch. About 7 each, so it's going to be a bit squishier for them.
Okay, so we talked about Bard not necessarily fitting the Enchanter category. Yes, his W does give a little bit of healing and some move speed, which can be helpful. A lot of that. So 3 targets here that will have high HP numbers. So I like that, and it's also what Jan went for last time around. Meanwhile, right now, Vulcan going back in on to Shaden, stunned up. Kaney jumping forward with a Spirit Rush, lands the Charm onto Blabber. Very tanky member, as Unraveled Earth from Loki will buy a lot of space for C9 to retreat. Isles now over the wall, has the portal to get back to safety, so he's just trying to get some vision down, keep C9 away from the Dragon. Dignitas have started it up, but the Hexdrake's actually slowing them down and allowing C9 to walk back forward. Flash from Kaney for the Charm, not going to land, but the Equalizer. Thanatos grouped up with the rest of the team, so did Photon, as how he's in a 1v4. Shaden jumping in as well. Photon by so much space. First blood for the Kled. Dignitas' top laner just throws his body into the fray and picks up a kill.
Hey, Colette gets a kill. He's going to have to flash out. He lost Skarl, so he's a little bit slow. Does have to flash the seismic shove, but okay, we got our Colette in the LTA, and Colette is on the board.
What a roam from both top laners. This TP from Thanatos. Photon has his bot lane approaching from the top half of the map right now, and Weaver's Wall is going to cut off Dignitas. How hard does C9 want to engage here? The Bard portal gets them out, and Dignitas disengage from the Grubs. But was it just a bait? They have the Tempered Fate. It lands in onto the jungler and one of the Grubs. Now Vulcan goes in for his own engage. Sven and Loki are free firing. The Impale from Blabber only lands onto one member, and he's taken out of the fight. Dignitas hold the line, take out the enemy jungler. Big health bar down as Tomo and Kaney get Colleen out of Sven. Hex Splash from Vulcan. Does he find another engage? Not quite close enough to go for the headbutt pulverize combo. Isles over the wall. Thanatos is now grouped up as well. Here comes Photon. Charge in. Flash from Isles. Stuns up Loki. Over the wall, but the charge will follow. Photon is in there again. You just can't stop the Kled. Equalizer down onto all members of Dignitas, but the solo laner and Shaden are chasing down Vulcan. Photon's in a 1v3 now, but the rest of the team's gonna try and bail him out. Ixal's inbound into the wall, taken out of the fight. Blabber's back up. C9 fighting back in a long scrap at the Grubs.
Oh, this is an exciting... That's the case. Dragon is the next site for the fight here. Blabber's ult is back and available on Skarner.
Gold is dead even. Blabber's going to approach. He has Vulcan and Loki behind him. Tomo's kind of separated from the rest of Dignitas in the mid lane, but they got the objective. Dignitas with Smite from Bard. Tempered Fate lands, dodging out onto the Impale, and now can the Cyclone land from Shaden. He gets stunned up immediately, but getting some damage onto Loki. It's traded back. Tomo now can free fire. Sven's got some tanks in front of him. The Lucian Colin does damage. It does work. Now Tomo CC to oblivion, but he repositions. Sven taking damage. Shaden doesn't have enough. C9 keep their 80 carry alive. Dignitas will lose a couple of members. Isles could be one of them. Kill credit to Blabber. C9 win the fight.
Oh my goodness.
In the park for C9. Yes, the second half of game number 1 was a little more dominant, but especially this game. And they're going for more plays. Dignitas find another ultimate onto Thanatos. Baron Rowe pulls him back, and Shaden will bop him down, and a shutdown goes over to Dignitas' jungler.
There you go. You get the Kled ult plus the Wukong ult, the guaranteed chase if they can use the Rift Herald as stylishly.
All right, let's see if Photon can live.
Yeah, that should be number 1.
Looking for the remount, and is just chain CC'd. He can't quite find it. The burn, oh, he just gets it in time. You just can't keep this guy down.
Every Kled player like, yeah, I was supposed to remount right there. Oh!
They took it personally, as the next seismic shove will be enough. Photon does finally fall. Does he trade Vulcan? No. The ultimate available means that Vulcan does not fall.
Vulcan with several more consecutive combos into seismic shoves for Loki, setting him up. The race for the first tower, though, goes the way of Dignitas.
And that actually... Do I see that correctly on
That's some boots
Photon's
upgraded.
boots? That's some boots upgraded. Let's go Dignitas.
There you go, some shiny shoes. They may be down over 1,000 gold, but looking at second dragon for themselves, plus the boot upgrade possibilities here. So as you said, it's not a walk.
It's not a walk. It's
Counter.
maybe a shuffle at this point. C9 are trying to get themselves back into a more comfortable position.
That's like
here.
for a dance competition, you know?
Well, you can also shuffle through a crowd, right?
Okay, okay.
This access point. Dragon's not going to be up for a while. Nothing to fight for on the top side for a while either. 2 minutes until that Otacon, but an engage from C9 nonetheless. Impale in onto Isles. He's able to get away. Coley not long enough range as C9 are committing multiple members. They got Photon on the other side of the wall. Shaden knocks back 2. Equalizer goes down, but it's only on to 1 member. Not going to block off the rest of Dignitas. Nobody falls on either side.
A lot of ultimates invested, though. I guess Shaden held on to his, but Isles is so low, he doesn't really count. Can he Bard ult to deny?
There it is. And the Herald will just go a little bit further. Wait a minute. Blabber's still in that. Somebody body... No, I guess you don't body block
for top tower.
Oh, barely not able to make it. But now Blabber's caught out from the rest of the team, so Shaden just jumps in onto him. Cannot get the Excel's impact through the wall. Bear trap on a rope gets a shutdown over to Shaden. Dignitas punishing Blabber.
I like that. Shaden pulls over Blabber.
Yeah, C9 are pushing in. The bottom turret, and they also have Otacon started up. Dignitas are not in a position to approach. Shaden's even backing. Seems like Dignitas have no idea that Otacon's being started.
They're too busy going chugga, 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 chugga.
Oh, they can hear us? Oh, no. Distracted.
Yeah, at least they get their, wait a second.
Yeah, the Tempered Fate to check, and it's too late. Yeah, I mean, Dignitas just caught unawares.
Okay, they're going to teleport in and still fight it, though. Fighting after the objective.
And after the Bard ult goes down already, flash forward from Blabber and Pale onto 2. C9 throwing everything at this engagement. Kaney gets out. Shaden with the re-engage, then still takes him down. The Monkey King has fallen. The Fox Lady as well. C9 with a double kill to Sven. Loki cleaning up Isles. Dignitas way too late on the engage, and C9 get the objective and the fight.
There are new, fresh petals that they've all picked up with their Otacon. Right after that was taken, it was Blabber with the double impale. Kaney basically got just pushed out of the fight right at the beginning, and Vulcan flash bopped him with the stun auto from Alistar.
And it looks like it's not over here. Photon getting caught as they approached the Dragon. C9 did stick around like you had highlighted before the replay, so it goes from bad to worse for Dignitas. C9 now with almost a 5,000 gold lead, as they are just running away with this game.
But what about Photon, though? Still has 66 gold to the side
I was
of
really
Dignitas.
thinking it was going to be like 1,000 when you mentioned that.
You're like, oh,
I was like, oh, wait, is he the...
I missed something?
Don't look... Okay, yep, Tomo goes down as well.
I remind you of last game, though. Photon was the only one with a gold lead as game number 1 as well.
Well, he just lost it, so thank you for cursing him, Kobe.
Yeah, well, you got to take advantage of it while it's there.
You do. Absolutely.
That is kind of the top laner life, though, you know? Just focus on yourself.
Focus on your improvement.
Yeah.
See if that works out for Photon here. As again, he has kind of been the bright spot, but I want to give the game from Dignitas' side, then go back to C9's side, because obviously they are in a commanding position, but that's 2 games in a row now, Kobe. Dignitas have just done a fairly questionable engage around this mid game that has given C9 a big lead. In game 1, it was the Realm Warp mid. There, it was this force at the Otacon.
You can use that sweep, emote right there you just saw on screen.
That would be applicable.
Because it's a 2-0 sweep, you know. Best of 3s can have sweeps.
Yes, yeah,
it's true.
Absolutely.
They're not as impressive as a best of 5 sweep.
It's more like a Swiffer, you know? It's
like a little short one. Loki, though.
Oh, okay, this could be a pick for Dignitas. Charm still available, and a shutdown for Dig. Good find from Shaden and Kaney.
Okay, there we go. Maybe not a sweep after all, Kangas.
They didn't like the cut of your jib there, Kobe.
What was the melded name that you came up with, by the way?
It was either
Kobgus
or Kongus.
All right, well,
somebody added us on
the first
Twitter.
thing you said sounded terrible.
Technically, Tomo has finite edge in his, because there's nothing there. Do we agree? Probably not. Sven getting engaged on right now by Dignitas. Tomo just chunked out of the fight to start things off, but they got Thanatos. Big shutdown picked up by Tomo, as C9 are going to try and fight 4v5. How hard do they want to commit for this? No flash on Vulcan. Flash coming up soon for Blabber. He has the impale. Maybe he can be the engage.
So a finite edge just means you can measure it, and you can measure 1 kill. So honestly, do you...
Potential, but it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Baron started.
So Alistar is very good at denying smite fights, and Skarner himself also very good with Skarner ultimate here. So Cloud9 have plenty of tools.
Tempered Fate goes down. Isles had the smite available. He flashes away. 2 opportunities for Dignitas to try and steal this, but no Tempered Fate for the approach. Instead, they're going to just engage here onto Skarner, but a great equalizer from Thanatos. Buys so much space for C9. Impale onto 2. Flash out from Photon. Baron down. C9 getting the kill and the objective.
Thanatos set up the barbecue, and then Blabber was the cook there, and he just
He's got the flipper, he got the burgers on it.
He pulled them right back over. That Baron, by the way, with the different setups for Baron that we have nowadays, the one, this kind of runway one where you have that little alleyway is like the premier Rumble Baron.
Yeah.
You can just lay your Rumble ultimate through that little passageway, and then Blabber did his best to try and Skarner ult and pull them right back onto the cooker.
Give that man a chef hat. He's gonna be known for crabs and chefing it up. There we go. Right now, C9 pushing in another mid wave here as Dignitas do find a slight window right now. Vulcan does not have the ultimate available, no flash available either, so instead he just says, I'm going to go in, try and get that Aftershock proc, but Dignitas find the kill. No impale from Blabber means no re-engage from C9, but Thanatos is over the wall. Equalizer's about to come off cooldown. Blabber's in the thick of it here, taking a lot of damage. Tomo can free fire. Sven answering back onto Dig. Redemption heal means that Dig maybe can keep fighting this. C9 back away, Dragons up. If Dignitas could have found just one more kill there, that would have been huge for them to look for an approach.
Yeah, Cloud9 though, they'll just pick up Dragon number 3 to keep adding his way out.
Yeah.
Regardless though, it is worth mentioning again, remember that the Spellbook Smites were nerfed, so they're not... Wait a second.
Okay, Kaney actually caught out of position now, and that time it was Loki setting himself up. Vulcan following for the continuous engage. C9 get a pick on Dignitas' mid laner and still have the Baron buff to push in this top wave.
Yeah, they're going to get mid inhib plus top inhib and maybe go for the end. We're going to have to call Photon back here at some point so he can try and defend.
Dignitas will have 4 members. Right now it's only 3. Photon goes for the turret bot side, going to go for the back
quick about it.
The TP, but these turrets are falling now. Actually does TP in. Tempered Fate lands. Sven doing so much damage to the Vulcan behind him. Shaden jumping onto Vulcan, but just doesn't have the damage on his own. Photon goes in with the charge, but it's absorbed by Vulcan. Shaden with another whirlwind. Sven does fall. Shut down to Shaden. Dignitas holding the line for a few more seconds. They lose their last Nexus turret, but C9 still have health bars on Loki and Thanatos. The solo laners could be what they need to go for the end. Nice seismic shove onto Isles right there, chunks him out a little bit more. Dignitas are going to have to try and find a way to hold the line.
Yeah, they are. I mean, deleting Sven is a very good place to start.
Oh, C9 are backing off. They don't want that smoke.
Yeah, not yet. They'll return for it later. Let's let the smoke dissipate.
They want to walk in the park a little longer, you know?
Take away all the jungle
experience.
camps, gonna go straight into the base to end it. That Nexus is exposed. I don't believe those turrets have respawned yet, although sometimes they don't actually show up when they do respawn.
No flash on Tomo. Keep your eyes on the AD carry. Oh, Isles looks for the flash Q to start things off. Not quite able to land it. Shaden now into the back line. Kaney following up, but the positioning of C9 is too good. Sven gets to safety. Nice seismic shove from Loki will seal the fate of Dignitas. C9. Call it a stroll through downtown, call it a walk in the park, whatever you call it. It's a 2-0 for the boys in blue and a perfect start to LTA Split 3.
C9 up at